Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial of mine. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to use multiple variables in class and objects in C++. Alright, so let's hop into it. So as you can see here, I have a class called Ola. That's just what I named. And if you look at my private class, part of the class, I have three variables: integer x, double y, and string f. All right. So this one is void ga, and this void function is for double b. So this void function, sorry, it's my bad. I meant this void function is for double y. Okay, and just like that, y. Right, and we make it equivalent to the bracket here, so y would be equal to b, and then this void function is for double integer x. So I made in the brackets, I made an integer called a, and the x is equal to the a, and this double g-a-i-y, this function is to return the y variable. And also here, this int function is also for returning the x, right? And this void function c, I called it, it's string p, which is for the f variable, f equals p, and then use this w string to return the f variable, right? One thing for sure though, if you're specifically returning an individual variable, it has to be the same type of fundamental variable. Okay, so for for the y variable, since it's a double, okay, when you're returning it, it should only be double. It cannot be string, it cannot be integer. It has to only be double. Okay, the same thing goes for x. It's an int variable, and we return it. It's an int function. Okay. Same thing for the string f. It is for the returning function is a string function. Okay, just like that. And when you get to my main function, sorry, this is unnecessary. All right. So I made an object called olabow and bow.ga 3.y. So I am using this void function from the class, and then I'm using bow.c, and then using bow.c, which is this function, string p. And if I were to return print out bow.w string, which is this one, which is a string function for returning the f variable, and we run the code. We get out hello, just like that, just like here, right? So that if you were to print, if you want to print the 3.5, okay, we have to go to the returning function of GIA, sorry. So that'll be GIA1 right here, and this is get rid of this. Let's call it GIA1. My bad. We want to print out the GIA, right? Sorry, my bad. If you wanted to print this out, it would look kind of like this. So GIA1, just like that. And if you were to print it out, we get 3.5, just like that. All right. Right. And same thing that goes for the int x variable and so on and so forth. Okay. So what I'm basically trying to show you guys, that for separate variables, you can use separate classes for those variables. Okay. But in other cases, in case you might have two variables, that's kind of the same type of fundamental. Okay. So let's just suppose you have another variable that's an int, and that int variable is a q. Okay. So int x and int q are different variables, but they are the same kind of fundamental. All right. So where's our int void? Okay, here it is. So if you were, so let's just make another one, int v, int d, and let's say for our integer q is equal to the d, just like that. Okay. Okay, so since there's the same fundamental, we can bud those two those two variables together in the same function. Okay. And we can also, where's our int variable? Return q. Yeah, return q. And if we return that variable, and let's suppose we want to print it out. So this bow will become, what is this? GIU. And this would be, let's suppose this int is a 3 and this int is a 4, like that. And we want to print it out, GIU. Watch what happens. We had 3. And we only got a 3. The reason is because the first thing the computer thought it was 3. Because the first thing it took is 3. It didn't return both of the variables. It only returned x. So what I'm basically trying to teach you guys is that if you have two variables, you can put them in the same void function, but when you're returning the classes, they have to be in two separate functions. So let me show you. So let's remove this. So let's make another int function. Let's suppose it's called GIU2. Okay? And we say return Q, like that. Return Q like that. And if we say bow, oh my bad. Let me just use this. So this is bow GIU. Why am I confusing myself? Okay, so bow 3.5. This. But we print out GIU2 instead. Watch what happens. We get our good old 4 just like we wanted, okay? Okay. So basically the purpose of this is that this is just another way to be more organized and be more organized when you're using multiple variables in C++, but they are two separate variables but the same fundamental. So you can put them in the same void class, but when you're returning them, they have to be in separate classes, just like that. Okay? Okay. But if you want to if you want to print both of them out, then just print both of them out like this. So, and the line. And if you want to print out bow, my bad, sorry, bow GIU one and like that. If you print it out, we get both variables just like we wanted. Okay, we have 2u and 2u. All right. Right. So that's the point. So now let's revise what we learned. So separate variables should have separate void functions and returning functions. And if you have, but they have the same fundamental, you can put them in the same void class, but they to be more organized if you want to. But they should be in different returning classes. Sorry, functions that are returning them, just like we did with x and q here. Okay. So I hope you guys learned something new in this video, and I hope you guys know how to use variables in classes properly now. Alright? So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.